أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية سيدي ومولاي علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. أما بعد، يقول الله في كتابه الكريم والفرقان الحميد وقوله الحق بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أم يحسدون الناس على ما آتاهم الله من فضله صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
قالوا علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
الحسد حبس الروح. एक दुरूद भेजे बाबा से बोला
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
इमाम अली इब्न अबी तालिब सल्लल्लाहु वसल्लम अलैहि
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
he says in Quran al-Hikam hadith number 372. As we all know, this is the month whereby our first imam was martyred. So he says al-hasadu habsur ruh, that jealousy is the spirit's imprisonment. If you want to analyze your nafs, you want to analyze your soul, then if it is a jealous soul, then understand that it is a dead soul. Because if your soul is imprisoned, that means it is dead. Imam Ali says those people who are jealous, in the reality their souls are dead. And tonight is a very powerful night. Tonight, if for example on 19th you miss the opportunity to seek salvation, you miss the opportunity to get forgiveness, tonight is the night. 21st you miss the opportunity, 23rd you miss the opportunity, then do not despair the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You still have tonight. And Laylatul Qadr should not only, you shouldn't only come do the a'mal or remember Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib. No, you should reform yourself. You should try and become a better human being. And therefore, you should analyze yourself. Am I still jealous? Do I still backbite? Do I still badmouth my community members? Do I still talk bad about others? Do I avoid serving mankind? You should analyze yourself. Do I recite the Quran? Do I have the connection with the Quran? Because on the day of Qiyamah, Rasulullah will complain about us, not anyone else. I've said this numerous times, that Rasulullah on the day of Qiyamah, if we abandon and forsake the Quran, he will complain about us. If you open Surah Furqan, chapter 25, verse number 30, قال الرسول يا رب إن قوم اتخذوا هذا القرآن مهجورا, that my ummah, my nation, not the Christians, not the Hindus, not any other religion, my ummah, they have abandoned, they have left the Quran estranged. Rasulullah, we have abandoned the Quran? No, because we don't practically follow the Quran. Hence Rasulullah will complain about those people who do not implement the teachings of the Quran. Therefore tonight, if we did not make this vow already, let us make it tonight, that I will build a better connection with the Holy Quran. And the Quran advises us that we should not be envious and we should not be jealous. And therefore the subject of jealousy is of utter significance. In the historical era, we saw examples of envious people getting destroyed, and as well as in the contemporary era. Before I move on, Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Joseph Patrick Sr., he was an American businessman, he was an investor, and he was a politician. He was known for his high-profile positions in US politics. He was known, Joseph Patrick Sr. You know what he says? He says that more men, now you'll say, why men? No, men means mankind, men and women, human beings. More human beings die of jealousy than cancer. Because in jealousy, you die how many times? Once. How many times do you die of cancer? Once. Or accident, you die once. But in jealousy, you die every time. Because you are not living for yourself, you are living for others. You don't focus on yourself, you don't focus on improving yourself, but you think about other people. Where is this person going? Let me see the success rate of this person. How much wealth this person travel. Baba, focus on your own life, live your own life. Otherwise then, that person is in actuality a dead person. Further than that, a person by the name of Lawrence Durrell, he was an expatriate British novelist, writer, author. And he was a poet, dramatist. He used to, have plays. And he was a travel writer. Yes, he was an author, but his speciality was that he was a travel writer. We normally say that love is blind. We normally say that love can happen anywhere, everywhere. So he says, no, I disagree. This person, Lawrence Durrell, he says, no, it is not love that is blind, but jealousy. You can have a very good friend of yours, best friends, but once that friend becomes successful, once that friend, starts becoming prosperous, he starts getting wealthy, people start liking that person, straight away your very own friend will leave you. It can happen. At times, brothers are jealous of their own brothers. Sisters are jealous of their own sisters. With marriages as well. Jealous of in-laws, etc. It happens. And therefore, even if you open the Bible says that wherever jealousy is, destruction is bound to happen. In the book of James, chapter 3, verse number 16. It says, for where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there will be disorder and every vile practice. If there is jealousy in a community, if there is envy in a society, forget about that society prospering. Forget about it. There will always be dissension, there will always be disunity and disorder in a society where jealousy exists. And not only today, jealousy has always existed. Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib salawatullahi wa sallamu alayhi. Now the people of Medina started accepting Rasulullah. They realized this man is a man of God. He is bringing a mission of justice. He is bringing a religion that annihilates racism, a religion that encourages generosity, etc. So they said, you know what, the people of Medina, they finally accepted the religion of Islam. They welcomed Rasulullah with both hands. Now Abdullah ibn Ubay, he was one of the Jewish elders, and this is, by the way, there in Khazina al-Jawahir, page 344, Bihar al-Anwar of Allama Majlisi, volume 6, and Anecdotes for Reflection, part 2, by Sayyid Ali Akbar Sadaqat, and also written by Sheikh Shahnawaz Mahdawi. So this narration goes as follows. This person, Abdullah ibn Ubay, he started getting jealous of Rasulullah. Why? He was a Jewish elder, popular, people loved him. But now they started loving Rasulullah. Rasulullah started becoming more popular. He started becoming more famous. People started respecting Rasulullah even more. So Abdullah ibn Ubay naturally said that once I was in this position, now Prophet Muhammad is in this position. You know what he did? He said, I am going to kill Rasulullah and I am going to kill all the companions of Rasulullah. And I am going to kill the right hand of Rasulullah, Imam Ali. So he invited the Holy Prophet, he invited Imam Ali and all the companions at his house. He said, Ya old Prophet, I have arranged a feast. My daughter recently got married. You know, when our children get married, we normally invite people to come at our home. So anywhere to feast, to have some delicious meals. So he said, Prophet, Imam Ali, all companions, please come. Rasulullah said, okay, no problem. Now Jibreel descended. He said, Ya Rasulullah, do not worry, go. But you know what he had plotted? He dug a pit. You know what's a pit? A pit in the courtyard of his house. Underneath the pit, he had placed swords, arrows and lances. And he kept a carpet on top of the pit. So when you see the carpet, you don't know that there is a pit. You might fall into the pit and get killed with all those swords, arrows and lances. After that he said, in case Rasulullah does not agree to sit on the pit, then I will poison him with the food. He had already arranged everything, plan A and plan B, everything set. The Holy Prophet was told by Jibreel, rest assured, do not worry, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with you. Sit wherever you are instructed to do so and eat whatever you are given. Rasulullah said, no problem. Now, he went and Abdullah ibn Ubay personally came and said, Ahsant ya Rasulullah, you came. And then he said, that pass by my courtyard, I want to usher you, and sit on the carpet. In the carpet, if you sit, that means you will fall into the pit and die. Rasulullah sat on the carpet. Imam Ali sat on the carpet. And all the other companions, they sat on the carpet. Do you think anything happened? Nothing happened. They escaped death. Abdullah ibn Ubay was astonished. He was astounded. He didn't know what to do. And then he said, no, I have what? Plan B. I have poisoned the food already. He gave the food to Rasulullah. He gave the food to Amir al-Mu'mineen and all the other companions. Imam Ali ate the food, no problem. Rasulullah ate the food, no problem. The companions ate the food, no problem. They enjoyed. And they said, Abdullah, thank you very much. We are leaving now. Abdullah was still astonished. What happened? I was supposed to kill these people. I had plan A and plan B. He called all his servants. He said, now you people have the food. The servants said, but the food is poison. He said, no, you didn't keep any poison in the food. That's why they all escaped death. They said, no, we kept poison. He said, no, eat. They all ate the food and all the servants died. And then, look at the irony. You know the daughter who was going to get married, the daughter? She sat on the carpet. On the carpet underneath, it was filled with swords and arrows and lances. She sat on the carpet, she didn't know. She died. She fell into the pit and she died. Now Abdullah ibn Ubay was asked by Rasulullah what exactly transpired. To hide his fault, he said that, this is by the way that I mentioned the sources. My daughter fell off the roof of my house. And what happened to your servants? He said, my servants died of diarrhea. This is what happened. Now let us see this situation. Who was harmed in this situation? Rasulullah? La. Imam Ali was harmed? No. The companions of Rasulullah? No. The jealous person was harmed. It shows that if you are envious, you are not harming anyone, but you are harming your own self. Imam al-Sadiq salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi. He says in Jami' al-Sa'adat, volume 2, page 195, إِنَّ الْيُؤْمِنَ يَغْبِطْ وَلَا يَحْسِدْ. That a true mu'min, all of us here call ourselves mu'min. Nowadays everyone becomes a mu'min. Everyone is mu'min, mashallah. So, if you call yourself a mu'min, use this analysis. إِنَّ الْمُؤْمِنَ يَغْبِطْ وَلَا يَحْسِدْ. A true mu'min always exalts, appreciates. When he sees good work being done, he doesn't become envious, but appreciates, exalts. When you see charity being done, don't always, criticize and say there was this fault and that fault. No, say you need my support, I'll be there. But they never envy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, verse number 54. أَمْ يَحْسُدُونَ النَّاسَ عَلَى مَا آتَاهُمُ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ. When you are envying other people, don't forget that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has raised them in this rank. The Quran reminds us. And as I said, tonight is the night of the Quran. Let us reform ourselves. Let us try and implement the teachings of the Quran. Or do they envy the people for what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them out of His grace? Today when someone is wealthy, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them that capability. If Allah can give him or her, why can't He give you? If you pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you work harder, Allah will give you as well. Maybe there's a reason why you are not getting all that. And all of us here have gifts. Today someone may be very good at football, which I am not. But I may be good at cricket, a little bit. I can play a little bit of cricket. Someone may be good at public speaking. I shouldn't compare. Why am I not as good? Someone may be good at charitable events. Or someone may be good at sports, athletics, in academics, in mathematics, in physics. Someone may be good in business and economics. So we shouldn't compare ourselves. Allah has given us all gifts. Let us specialize with those gifts. Let us take advantage of those gifts that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. In one hadith I remember, Imam Ali says Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given different skills to different people. Different people today in this world have different skills. Everyone can't be a doctor. Everyone can't be an engineer. Am I right?
Right.
If you open the Atharva Ved, now someone may ask me the question, then Ejaz, why do you always quote other religious scriptures? Why do you quote the Bible? Why do you quote the Hindu scriptures? I personally asked Sheikh Jihad Ismail, may Allah bless him inshallah. He was giving some phenomenal speeches here. He won the hearts of our community members, and I personally asked him, Ya Sheikh, normally I quote the Bible and the Hindu scriptures. Is there a problem? Can I continue quote? He replied me in his charismatic way. He said, Ya Habibi, no problem at all. You can continue quoting the Bible, you can continue quoting the Hindu scriptures. Not only that, Ya Allah, in our mosque today, don't go very far. Go to our mosque, open Agha Puya's tafsir, numerous verses from the Bible, numerous verses from the Hindu scriptures. Ayatullah Nasir Makarim Shirazi writes in his books, Jihad Legitimacy in the Quran, and other books as well. And Sayyid Sa'id Akhtar Rizvi, very famous, numerous books quoting other scriptures. So, in the Atharva Ved, there are 4 Veds in Hinduism. The Rig Ved, Sam Ved, Atharva Ved, and the Yajur Ved. It says that the mind of a jealous person is dead. You want to see whether you are living or whether you are dead. If you are hasad, if you are jealousy, if you are a person who is an embodiment of jealousy, then understand that in actuality you are dead because you are not living for yourself. As I mentioned, not only that, if you open the Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 12, verse number 15, it says one who does not envy but is a compassionate friend to all. You have to be a compassionate friend, does not envy, such is a true devotee of mine. That means all religions teach us that jealousy is an immoral trait. You should not be in possession of this characteristic. When I was talking to Sheikh Adil Raza via WhatsApp regarding my speech, nowadays with WhatsApp you can communicate with anyone, alhamdulillah. So I was communicating with him regarding my speech. He uttered these words, phenomenal words. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us all from jealousy. Our whole community, our whole society, inshallah. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. If you open the book, Dastana Imam, volume 2, page number 138, Anecdotes for Reflection, part 2, and Mustadrakul Wasa'il, volume 3, in the biography of Fadlullah Rawandi. It goes like this particular narration, very interesting. During the caliphate of Hadi Abbasi, the Abbasid regime, there was a very wealthy person in Baghdad, very wealthy, very rich, mashallah. And he had a good reputation in the society, everyone loved him. However, in his vicinity there lived an envious neighbor. This neighbor would always be jealous of this wealthy person. So he said, you know what, I am going to destroy the reputation of this rich person. I am going to taint his image. He tried, but he did not succeed. They say when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with you, nobody can do anything to you. Not a scratch can come to you. So this person was absolutely no problem whatsoever. All his plots, all his ploys went into vain. Now he decided to do something big. When all your plans fail, you aim to do something massive. So he purchased a slave. At that time slavery existed. So he purchased a slave and he gave this slave a proper training. Later on, after a few months, he asked his slave that, "Oh slave, what would you do for your master?" The slave said, "Oh master, the amount of love that I have for you, I can even hurl myself into the fire for you. I can even kill myself for you, oh master." The master said, "Really? Then do one thing for me. I have a neighbor, you know this neighbor?" He said, "Yeah, mashallah, very famous person. Everyone knows him. When someone who is dear to you tells you that you know how you feel." So he said, "Look, I want to do one thing. He's very wealthy, very rich, but I hold grudges against him. I do not like this person. I have malice and prejudice for him. Therefore, do one thing for me. Let us go to the roof of his house," this rich person's house, the envious person says, "and kill me on the roof of his house. Kill me." So the slave said, "Oh master, how can I kill you? And why do you want to die?" The master says, "I want to die because I want the accusation of my murder to go to this rich person." The slave said, "Oh my master, rethink, find another way. There must be another." He said, "No, this is the only way. I will die and my murder's accusation will fall upon this person." Sawa. So they went on the roof of this person's house. This master, this envious man was killed. The jealous person was killed, he died. The next day, Hadi Abbasi found out about this murder. This rich man was arrested. He said, "O king, O Khalifa, I did nothing. I didn't do anything. I didn't commit any murder." He said, "No, but on the roof of your house, a lash was found, a dead body was found. You must have committed the murder." He says, "No, it wasn't me." Now the slave was someone, the slave of this person. He said, "What exactly transpired?" The slave realized that I am no longer a slave because my master has died. Therefore, it is no longer my obligation and it is no longer incumbent upon me to follow his instructions. He said, "O Hadi Abbasi, O Khalifa, in actual essence, I committed the murder. It was me who killed my master." Why? Because my master was jealous of this rich person. He wanted this rich person to be, humiliated in society. He wanted this rich person to be executed. Therefore, I committed this murder. Hadi Abbasi looked towards the slave, fascinated. He said, "Listen to me. Because you spoke the truth and you saved an innocent life from being executed, I free you." Now look at the irony. I want the crowd to answer. I want the youths here who are sitting in front of me to answer. Amongst all, who was the only one harmed in this story? The jealous person. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Was the slave harmed? Slave, was he harmed? He was left scot-free. What about the rich person? He wasn't harmed. The jealous person? He was the one killed. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi. He says, recite with the salat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. He says in Sharh Nahj al-Balagha, Nahj al-Balagha is a sharh, a deep commentary, written by a Sunni. Ibn Abil Hadid was a Sunni. He writes this in volume 1, page 316. How capable jealousy is and how just it is that it starts off with its penetrator and ends up killing him. When you are jealous, you are jealous. But you are harming who? You are harming that person? No. You are harming yourself. You are harming your own nafs. You are harming your own soul. In another hadith, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib says in Bihar al-Anwar, volume 76, page 256, hadith number 29, that I have never ever seen a more wrong and immoral person like a jealous person. Why? Why, Ya Ali? He gives the answer. He says, Nafsud da'im, an exhausted spirit. That spirit always looks after other people instead of looking after his own soul. Wa qalbun ha'im, a wandering heart. That heart's always wander. It's confused. It's never settled. And wahuznul lazim, an inherent sorrow. That person will always cry, will always be upset. Who? The envious one, the jealous person. Imam al-Sadiq salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. He gives a story. Imam al-Sadiq says, I want to give you all a story. And this is there in Shanidat al-Tariq, page 316. Muhajjat al-Bayda, volume 5, page 328. Imam al-Sadiq says, first of all, I'd like to advise you, that means he's advising all of us, stay away from jealousy and do not harbor enmity with respect to one another. And then Imam says, let me narrate to you a small incident. Nabi Isa would have the habit of traveling city to city. Jesus Christ would always go to different places to preach the religion of truth, submission to God, oneness of God, etc. So now, he was walking and suddenly he came across the ocean, the sea. Now he recited a few names of Allah, uttered the words of Allah, and even in the Bible it says that Nabi Isa would mention Allah. In the Gospel of Matthew chapter 26 verse 39, he says, let this cup pass away from me, but not as I will, but as thou wilt. That means Nabi Isa is submitting his will to God. If Isa is God, then who is he talking to? So Nabi Isa uttered the words of Allah and he was able to walk on water. However, his companion was right there. He was walking with the disciple. The disciple said, I will also walk on water. He uttered the words of Allah and miraculously, he was also able to walk on water. Now they reached the middle of the ocean. And suddenly a thought crossed the mind of this companion. He said, if Isa can walk on water and I can walk on water, then what's the difference between me and Isa? Why am I not a prophet and why is he a prophet? As soon as these thoughts came into his mind, he fell into the water and was about to drown. And I presume this person was like me. He didn't know how to swim. Because believe me, even if I have those tubes, I can't swim. Inshallah, maybe one day one of you will teach me. So, this person was about to drown. He said, "Ya Isa, please come and help me." He couldn't swim. Probably he was not a Zanzibari. Because Zanzibaris are the best swimmers, mashallah. So Nabi Isa got him out, saved his life, and said, "Then tell me the truth. What were you contemplating? What were you thinking?" He said, "I was thinking, Ya Isa, what is the difference between me and you?" And as soon as this jealous thought came into my mind, I was about to drown and die. Nabi Isa said, "Yes, because you ordained a position for yourself other than what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had ordained for you, therefore this occurred, this transpired." And then Imam as-Sadiq, he says that fear Allah and avoid jealousy. I will end with two hadiths. Two hadiths, very critical for our ummah. Not only for our community, for the entire Muslim ummah. Imam Zainul Abidin, salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. Before being jealous of someone, let us think who we are being jealous of. What is the benefit of being jealous? Because still today I don't understand. What is the benefit of being envious? So Imam Zainul Abidin says in Tuhaful Uqul, page 195. فَعُمَّهُمْ جَمِيعًا بِدَعْوَتِكَ وَانْصُرْهُمْ جَمِيعًا بِنُصْرَتِكَ. Number one, pray while you pray for all of them. In Laylatul Qadr, don't only say, "Ya Allah, give me flying results, give me A stars in all my subjects. Oh Allah, please make me a multi-millionaire, make me a billionaire." Yes, do that dua, no problem. But first remember others in your prayers and then think about yourself. Think about your family members. Think about people who are being oppressed in this era. Think about those people who are facing injustice. Pray for them first. So Imam says, pray for others while you pray for yourself. And then he says, وَأَنزِلُهُمْ جَمِيعًا مِنْكَ مَنَازِلُهُم. That treat everyone according to their, position. Treat them accordingly. What? وَأَنزِلُهُمْ جَمِيعًا مِنْكَ مَنَازِلُهُم كَبِيرَهُم بِمَنْزِلَ الْوَالِدِ وَصَغِيرَهُمْ بِمَنْزِلَةِ الْوَلَدِ. This is amazing. He says that the elders in your community are like your fathers, and the juniors, the youths in your community, the kids, they are like your own children. So before becoming jealous of other people's children, understand they are your own children. We hear our elders say, "Apna bachao che, apna bachao che." It's true. They are your kids. Imam Zainul Abidin says that in the Muslim Ummah, children and youths and kids and the juniors, they are your kids. And the elders, before you think, why is this elder so respected? Why is he so loved? Let me tarnish his image. Let me destroy his reputation or her reputation. As a matter of fact, understand that person is like your mother, is like your father, according to Imam Zainul Abidin. I'll end with this hadith. Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Bihar al-Anwar, volume 74, page 236. He says many things in this hadith about Muslims, but I'm only going to say three things that Rasulullah says. Summarize this hadith. A Muslim must forgive the mistakes of his fellow Muslims and brothers. Muslims, brothers and sisters, that is. You must forgive others. Now someone may say, what's the benefit of me forgiving others? There's no benefit, you have to. If you want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive you, then you have to forgive others. Allah says in Surah Nur, chapter, Bismillah, Subhanallah, 24, verse number 22, 24, verse number 22. وَلْيَعْفُوا وَلْيَصْفَحُوا أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَنْ يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. Forgive, pardon. Don't you want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to overlook and pardon your faults? Number one, Rasulullah says you have to forgive your Muslim brethren. Further than that, Rasulullah says a Muslim must sympathize and empathize with other Muslims during times of distress. If you see a Muslim or any human being, as a matter of fact, struggling with finance, struggling in terms of funds, help that person. You see someone is having problems in the psychology, anything, having problems at home, assist them, come to their aid, help them. That's a sign of a true Muslim according to Rasulullah. Otherwise you cease to be a Muslim if you do not help each other out. And then he says something very interesting. He says a Muslim hides the defects and faults of other Muslims. They shouldn't make those, whatever is done, they shouldn't make it apparent to the public. They shouldn't expose other Muslims' faults. No, they should be the hiders of the defects. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Sattarul Uyub. Who are you? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hides all our faults, then who are we to expose other people's faults? And a Muslim must love his friends and must never ever be jealous of them. And therefore tonight inshallah we pray that this particular trait of ours, jealousy, if we do have it within ourselves, Allah remove all vices and evils that exist within us and forgive our sins, Ya Allah. Be honest. Ahl al-Bayt, why were they killed? Why were they martyred? It was because of jealousy. The enemies of the Ahl al-Bayt were very jealous of the Ahl al-Bayt. They would say, why are they so respectable? Why are they so kind? Why are they so compassionate? Why are they so loving? And we are not like that. They were envious towards the Ahl al-Bayt. They would always envy Imam al-Hussein. They would envy Imam al-Hassan, Imam Ali, and all the other Imams. Tonight I will discuss two farewells. As the month of Ramadan is leaving us, we remember farewells. Farewells means goodbyes. Yesterday the Maulana talked about 3 farewells. Tonight I will talk about 2 farewells. The first farewell of Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib. Imam Ali, on the night of Ramadan, on the night of the 21st, he was about to pass away. He was getting more sick. And Imam Hassan started crying. Imam Ali looked towards Imam Hassan and said, "Oh Hassan, do not cry. You have to take care of all your sisters. You have to take care of all your brothers. You are now the Imam." Imam Hussein started crying. Imam Ali takes Imam Hussein and he begins telling his son that, "Oh Hussein, do not cry. There is a lot left for you to see. You still have to sacrifice your life on the 10th of Muharram." And then Bibi Zainab starts crying. Sayyida Zainab starts crying. Imam Ali looks towards Zainab and he himself begins weeping. You know, when you see your daughter cry, you cannot bear the fact that your daughter is crying. Imam Ali began weeping. Kulthum started crying. Imam Ali hugged his daughters and he began weeping. Now all the companions of the Imam, they came and visited the Imam. It was the last moments of our first Imam. So they all came and Imam Ali looked towards his companions and said, "Oh my companions, oh my loyal friends, you have always supported me, but I do not want to cause more trouble to you. Go to your homes, go to your families. Do not take trouble." They all left from there. However, there was one companion still crying outside the door of Imam Ali. Imam Ali said, "Oh Hassan, go and check who is crying till now." Imam Hassan opened the door and he saw Al-Asbagh ibn Nawbata crying. Imam Ali said, "Let him in. Maybe he wants to see me for one final time." Al-Asbagh ibn Nawbata enters Imam Ali's house, hugs the chest of Imam Ali and says, "Ya Ali, I am crying." Imam Ali says, "Why are you crying, oh Al-Asbagh? Don't you know I want to go and meet Fatima to Zahra? I want to go and meet Rasulullah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. You know that I have to return to my Lord." But Al-Asbagh said, "I do not cry because you are going towards Allah. I have no doubt in that. I have no doubt that you will meet Rasulullah. But I am only upset. I am sad. Why? Because tomorrow morning when I wake up, I will find out that my Mawla is no more. My Mawla is no longer with us. What is the point of living this life? What's the point in a world devoid of Ali ibn Abi Talib?" Ha mu'minin, the second farewell is of Imam al-Hussein. Ha mu'minin, रोज़े आशूरा नमूदार हुई. Imam Hussein अब सैयद सज्जाद की खैमे में दाखिल हुए. दाखिल होने के बाद बैठ गए. फरमाया, "बेटा सज्जाद, अब मैं मक्तल की तरफ जा रहा हूँ. अब मैं मक्तल की तरफ जा रहा हूँ." इमाम ने फरमाया, "बाबा, आप क्यों जाएंगे बाबा? ऐना अम्मुना अब्बास, चाचा अब्बास कहाँ है?" इमाम ने फरमाया, "कद कुतिल." भैया अकबर कहाँ है? फरमाया, "कद कुतिल." भैया कासिम कहाँ है? फरमाया, "कद कुतिल." जब सबका कद कुतिल आया, सैयद सज्जाद ने अपनी फूफी अम्मा को बुलाया. बुलाने के बाद फरमाया, "ए फूफी अम्मा, امام نے فرمایا بیٹا خاموش رہو، ابھی بہت امتحان باقی ہے، کربلا سے کوفہ جانا ہے، کوفے سے شام جانا ہے، کوفے سے شام جانا ہے۔ پھر امام نے فرمایا وصیتیں کرتے کرتے امام نے فرمایا بیٹا میرے شیعوں سے کہنا جب ٹھنڈا پانی پینا تو حسین کی پیاس کو یاد کرنا، اور یہ بھی کہنا، اور امام ہم سے فرما رہے ہیں کہ اے کاش کہ تم عاشور کے دن ہوتے تو دیکھتے میں کیسے اپنے لال کے لیے پانی مانگ رہا تھا۔ اجرکم اللہ۔ بس آخری جملے، امام خیمے کے باہر آئے اور زینب کے پاس آیا، اور پھر جناب زینب نے فرمایا بھیا حسین زینب کی لمحے کیسے گزرے گی، آپ کے بغیر زینب جی نہیں پائے گی بھیا۔ اور پھر امام حسین نے جناب زینب کی طرف دیکھا، فرمایا بہن زینب بہت امتحان باقی ہے، کربلا سے کوفہ جانا ہے، کوفے سے شام جانا ہے، وصیتیں کرتے کرتے امام نے فرمایا بہن زینب ذرا اپنی آستین کو الٹ دیجئے۔ امام حسین نے زینب کے بازوں کے بوسے لیے، پھر فرمایا کہ بہن زینب ان بازوں میں رسن بندھی جائے گی۔ مولا علی نے ایسا فرمایا، بی بی زینب نے امام حسین کی طرف دیکھا، پھر فرمایا بھیا حسین ذرا اپنی گردن کو جھکا دیجئے۔ بی بی زینب نے امام حسین کے گردن کے بوسے لیے، پھر فرمایا کہ اس گردن پہ قند خنجر چلے۔ بار الہ تجھے واسطے محمد و آل محمد پر کہ اس قلیل عزاداری کو تیری بارگاہ میں قبول فرما، جو بیمار ہے انہیں شفاء کامل عطا فرما، جو مقروض ہے ان کے قرضوں کو ادا فرما، جو بے روزگار ہے انہیں روزگار عنایت فرما، ہمارے امام کی ظہور میں تعجیل فرما، اور ہمارے اعمال ایسے ہو کہ ہم ان کے اصحاب و انصار میں شمار ہو سکیں۔ And let us recite Amma Yujibul 5 times to remember all the sick people around the world, especially some people who requested today. Inshallah, let us recite Amma Yujibul so that inshallah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can restore them back to health. Inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Amma Yujibul Mustarra idha da'a wa yashfu jami'a. Amma عما يجيبه المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء، عما يجيبه المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء، عما يجيبه المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء. And there is a short announcement that tomorrow inshallah there will be the Khitmul Quran, the completion of the Quran, so all of you are requested to attend 7:30 at 7:30 tomorrow, and there will also be presentations as well. وآخر دعوانا عن الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.